Welcome to an introduction to statistics brought to you by Parkbench Tutors and narrated by David Hopcroft. For further information about Parkbench Tutors, please visit parkbenchtutors.com. In this short podcast, we introduce ideas that relate to central tendency. These ideas include the mode, median, and mean. We will define these terms and show how they can be measured. The first term is mode, which simply means the value that occurs most often in any set of numbers. Of course, it is possible to have a set of numbers where no value occurs more than once. In such a set, there is no mode. It is also possible to have a set of numbers where two values occur with the same frequency. In this case, the set is said to be bimodal. In a frequency table, the mode is the midpoint of the class interval with the highest frequency. A mode need not always be a number. We could look at the distribution of smartphones in a college and record the mode as being the make and model that was most common. We shall now look more closely at the mode for frequency distribution. The table shows class intervals for scores on a test by a number of students. If these are plotted on a bar chart, then we get the result shown. The yellow line passes through all the midpoints of each class interval. L represents the lowest value of the class interval with the highest frequency, and C represents the size of the class interval. The formula for the mode is given by L plus C bracket delta 1 divided by delta 1 plus delta 2 close bracket, where L is the lower class boundary, C is the size of the modal class interval, delta 1 is the excessive modal frequency over the frequency of the next lower class, and delta 2 is the excessive modal frequency over the frequency of the next higher class. We have shown this in the diagram of the bar chart here. The point delta over x is the mode. Delta 1 and delta 2 both show the changes between the class intervals. Let us look at some worked examples. First, finding the mode for a sample of fish caught by an angler who has measured the length of each one to the nearest centimetre. We can see that the most frequent number here is 14, which occurs 4 times, and so this is the mode. Now our angler has listed some of the fish that were caught. What is the mode for this list? Trout occurs 3 times, which is the most common, so trout is the mode. Now for a further sample. To find the mode of 16, 18, 23, 27, 18, 56, 33 and 23. In this case there are 2 numbers that occur twice, 18 and 23. This set of numbers is bimodal. The median represents the middle value if we arrange all the numbers in order of magnitude. If we have an odd set of numbers, there will always be a middle number. If we have an even set of numbers, then there will be 2 middle numbers. So we take the average of these 2 numbers. Now for a worked example. To find the median of 56, 67, 68, 70, 73, 77, 81, 92 and 98. There are 9 numbers, so since the set is an odd number of members, there will be a middle number. This is the 5th number, which has a value of 73. The median is 73. And another example to find the median of 23, 35, 46 and 50. This has an even set of numbers, so we need to average the 2 in the middle. 35 plus 46, then divide by 2, gives 81 divided by 2. The answer is 40.5. What about the median for group data? We determine the class interval the median is in. How do we then determine where the median is within this class interval? The median is given by the formula shown. But what does this formula mean? L is the lower class limit of the interval containing the median. C is the size of the median class interval. F median is the frequency of the median class, and N the total frequency. Sigma F cumulative is the sum of the frequencies for all the classes before the median class. We shall now work through an example. The table gives us the frequencies of a sample of students whose height was measured, the class interval being 5. We are going to find the mode, the median, and the arithmetic mean. We have presented the information here in the form of a bar chart to give a visual picture. The mode is given by the formula L plus C bracket delta 1 divided by delta 1 plus delta 2. From the table we can determine L as 176, C is 5, delta 1 is 10, and delta 2 is 15. So we now need to plug in these numbers. The mode equals 176 plus 5 bracket 10 divided by 10 plus 15, which comes to an answer of 178. Now we find the median, which is given by the formula L plus C divided by F median times N over 2 minus sigma F cumulative. From the table we determine L equals 176, C equals 5, F median equals 35, and N equals 120. Sigma is 12 plus 16 plus 25, which equals 53. The median is then 176 plus 5 over 35 times 120 divided by 2 minus 53, which is 176 plus 1 over 7 multiplied by 60 minus 53, which is 176 plus 1/7 of a 7, which gives us an answer of 177. The arithmetic mean, x bar, is given by the sum of numbers times frequencies divided by the sum of the frequencies. We can write this out as x bar equals the frequency 1 multiplied by x1 plus frequency 2 multiplied by x2 all the way through to frequency n multiplied by xn, and then divided by f1 plus f2 all the way up to fn, which we have shown here as 163 multiplied by 12 plus 168 multiplied by 16 plus 173 multiplied by 25 plus 178 multiplied by 35 plus 183 multiplied by 20 plus 188 multiplied by 12 divided by 120. We multiply out the top line and then we add them together, which gives 21,115 divided by 120, giving us an answer of 175.96. The shape of a curve can tell us a lot about the mean, median and mode, and sometimes save us some work. If the curve is symmetrical, then the mean, mode and median are the same. If the curve is skewed to the left, the mode is the largest number, followed by the median and then by the mean. If the curve is skewed to the right, then it is the same. The mode is the largest number, followed by the median and then by the mean. This ends our podcast on central tendency, brought to you by Parkbench Tutors and narrated by David Hopcroft. Thank you for watching and for listening. For more information about Parkbench Tutors, please visit parkbenchtutors.com.